Todcast Sports, welcome everyone. It is that time again. Todcast Sports Podcast. It's about anybody Jr., Omar Williams, and Denise Obi. We are back again to talk sports. You know what we do? We get things started popping early. Before we do that, how's everybody week or last week was, and how was your weekend and all that kind of thing before we get jumping to start it? How was it?
Weekend was good. Just came back from Iowa from the Junior Olympics, so
that's right. That's right. Little man was in the Olympics, right?
Little man was in the little Junior
Oh
Olympics.
man.
Nice.
Yeah, man. He did pretty good. He it's like we first time got to get used to it. But
Yeah.
he jumped the best jump I've ever seen, but he fouled. So it was the jump looked great, but his foot was like right on the line. But it was like the best jump I've ever seen him do. So we're excited about next year. But yeah, that was my weekend, and then it was his birthday, so we celebrated him again. So he's been getting celebrated all for the last week and a half.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, congrats to little Omar.
Sir.
Congrats.
Thank you.
What about you, Denise?
Yeah. Staying busy. It's apparently wedding and baby shower season, so it's been back-to-back weddings and celebration of life. So I can't complain. It's just been a good time so far. Good time. Always doing something.
Nice. For me, just getting ready for school. You know, the children are going back to school. You know what I mean? So getting them ready, getting things ready, and preparing for the fall. And with fall comes football. So let's talk a little NFL news. That'll go right to that segment right there, brother and sisters. All right, NFL news. NFL is back. Preseason football is back in effect. Most of you are probably excited about that because you've missed football for quite some time. I will say this, though. Even though football ends, Super Bowl ends in February, there is another league out there that plays, after the NFL. And I believe if you haven't had a chance to see, I believe it's correct me if I'm wrong. I might say, is it the USFL? I can't remember what it stands for, but someone correct me if I'm wrong. That shows you how much I'm watching, but I do watch every now and then because it's on when NFL is over. But it's like the B side of football. You got the NFL, the A side, like a record. You put the record in, you get an A side, B side. This is the B side. It's actually not bad either, man. They actually have a few things that the NFL may want to adopt in their Pro Bowls. Like there's a 4-point field goal you can kick, right, and make, right? Your first, second downs, depending on how far you go, you can kind of advance the ball even further. Sometimes touchdowns can be worth more than 6 points. A few different things that are out there. I think your 2-point conversion can be worth like 3 or 4. I don't know. Just different stuff out there. Depending on what time what part of the game you're in, 2-minute warning, a team could actually get more points scoring in the 2-minute warning time than they can in the regular part of the game. So a lot of cool things out there. If you want to watch football, then and I'll get a better handle on it of what I believe is the USFL. I could be wrong, but by the end of the show, we'll kind of get you guys the gist of it. But there are some teams. I think there's like a Dallas team. There's an Alabama team. There's a St. Louis team. And a few, I think there might be about 8 teams in this league, I believe. Washington team. So we'll come back to that. But yeah, there is football. There is life after NFL in America, if you want to take a look at that. Anyway, NFL news. NFL's back. Bengals, which is my team, played on, I believe, Thursday or Friday night. Played against the Detroit Lions. I don't take too much stock in preseason, and that's just me. Joe Burrow played, I think, two series, did decent, right? And then I think it was Joe Flacco that played the rest of the way. Jamar Chase and them played. So the A squad did play for the first 2 possessions. Not too bad. They got a field goal out of it. So it's like, hey, we're just kind of getting our feet wet. Bengals did win the game 16-14. Again, it was at Paycor Stadium. We were at home. But I don't take too much stock in it. It's really all about who you plan on cutting and who you plan on keeping. And so that's kind of how I look at it. Overall, I'm glad he got the win, but at the same time, it's preseason. It is what it is. And that's kind of how I look at it. And I'm good on that. The Eagles played the Baltimore Ravens. That is y'all's team. Um, that didn't look too well in that game. Baltimore did look pretty good in that game. I think the score was 26-7. Again, it's preseason. You're trying to figure out who you're cutting, who you're keeping, all those things. As far as Philly goes, none of the starters played. As far as I can remember, none of the starters played.
Nope.
No.
All were in, their jerseys and sweatpants or whatever. So that gives you a pretty good idea of how the game went. So at the same time, Baltimore, their backup looked pretty good. But again, you're playing against your second string or third string guy. So not taking anything away from him, but he looked pretty good. What are you guys' thoughts on NFL preseason as far as the Eagles or just overall games you guys might have seen?
I'll go. Well, the main thing about the Eagles, they got a quarterback controversy for second string now. So Tanner McKee was the guy that everybody wanted to take Jalen's spot for the Jalen haters. He got exposed at the end of the season last year. Now they got Andy Dalton. You guys remember him? Didn't he play for you guys before?
Yeah, he came from us.
So he's the second. He's the
he was in. I believe he was in Chicago last year.
Was he?
And then came to the Eagles, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's the slotted second. So him and Tanner McKee are battling it out. But you got this third string guy, whose last name is Peyton, and he looks like he's trying to make a little bit of waves here. So that's pretty much it for the Eagles. For me, all the starters are out. I'm looking at this D lineman from Nebraska that we drafted last year, Ty Robinson. They call him the White Gorilla. So he's huge. So he's.
I don't understand why. I still don't understand why.
You said you don't understand why.
I still don't understand why. But yes.
Yeah. So he's not performing like they want him to, but they're saying he's having a good preseason and hopefully he can see the field, add some depth to the D line. But like I said, I'm waiting for the season to start because the way Nick Sirianni does the preseason, he doesn't start anybody all 4 games. So it's just a bunch of guys that are trying to get jobs. That's the way his preseason runs. So
gotcha.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I'm excited. I am excited.
All right, Denise, you got anything to add?
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say pretty much. I'm just excited. I think it's just it's like high school. It's like watching the JV team play, basically.
Exactly.
See, okay, can you make the cut to varsity or not? So I think that's just how I saw it. And 24-7. I mean, we'll see how this season goes. Glad Hurts wasn't in. We could rest him up because we do not need him getting injured or Barkley. But also in other news, I did hear that the Patriots are having a little issues and a lot of fights going on with someone who may not be mentioned right now, but traded him for a good reason. And I think it was a good reason because now everybody's working a lot better. If you watch a lot of the behind the scenes and the practices and stuff on Instagram, a lot more communication. So I'm just saying it's not always Jalen Hurts. And that's it.
And we'll leave that right there.
Well, yeah.
Well, again, NFL is back. Not a whole lot to talk about there, but NFL is back. We'll talk a little bit later about NFL and our miscellaneous category later on in the show. Stick around for that. So, done with NFL right there. Let's head over to the NBA. There's some NBA news out there. And we're going to start off with, you know what? Let's just start off with the Lakers in general because there's a lot to talk about because I saw something that someone put out today. But before I get to that, 2 things with the Lakers. Number one, LeBron James is gone from LA. He's now with the Sixers, right? And we got some news today that the Lakers were being sold for there were shares being sold from the Buss family worth $12.5 billion. About 17.8% of these shares that were being sold. And so there was a report that came out that said that the Lakers had the shares had been sold. They were in, everything had kind of like been done already, right? And then about less than an hour ago, there was an article that came out that said, "Oh wait, hold up, pump the brakes. This is not done. It's not finalized yet." So to give you some content, some background, there was an article that came out. I'm just going to kind of just breeze through it real quick. It says that um, the Lakers family had decided, based on voting, that they were going to sell the 17.8% of the Lakers of their shares to two other well versed men, Mr. Bob Igler and Josh Kushner. I believe one of these gentlemen, I'll look at the article later, one of these gentlemen works for Disney, and the other owns his own kind of like corporation group, something things of that nature. And so it was reported by Sham Sharani, who works for ESPN, that this deal was kind of done and that everything was pretty much a done deal. This report actually comes out and it said that um, everything was done, ready to go. Less than an hour ago, in my journeys of getting our articles together, it says that it's not done. So Jeannie Buss was not in favor of selling the team. Unfortunately, her siblings, all her siblings, are in favor of selling the team. And so it says that Jeannie Buss's attorney denies rumors that family will sell Lakers stake to both Bob Igler and Josh Kushner. I'm reading a little bit to give you guys a little bit of background on what this is, and then we'll kind of have a little conversation around this. So it says, after news broke that the Buss family would be selling its shares to the Los Angeles Lakers on Monday, Jeannie Buss's lawyer sent a letter to her siblings' lawyers denying that she would sell her stake to Bob Igler and Josh Kushner. According to a report from Alex Sherman on X, it says us to read the full letter. If you scroll down, it says, quote, on behalf of Jeannie Buss, I demand that your clients make clear publicly that Jeannie Buss is the controlling owner of Los Angeles Lakers and that your clients shall take no action on the supposed, quote unquote, vote to sell the 17.8% stake, end quote. If you look on Underdog NBA on X, there's actually the full letter that Jeannie Buss's attorney wrote to her siblings' attorney. One thing I do want to note that I believe that Sham Sharani made mention in his report is that the NBA requires anyone who wants to have the top ownership or control of the team has to have 15% of the team in ownership, which is something I didn't know, right? And so basically what Shams is saying is that once this kind of gets done, Jeannie Buss will no longer have 15% ownership of the Lakers organization, which means that ownership would then go to these other two, Bob Ishner and make sure I get the guys' names right. Bob Igler and Josh Kushner. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this? When I first saw this, I was like, why are they selling the Lakers? Now, here's the thing, too. I would understand why, because things just aren't what they used to be. I get it. And then, before I let you guys go, someone made a joke about how LeBron James is not there anymore, so the Lakers sold the entire franchise. I'm just saying. The floor is yours.
You got
it. It's just like, for me, as someone say I didn't know anybody or know any. I knew Bob Iger because he was the CEO of Disney, but I think he just stepped down, I think, earlier this year, actually. But for me, I'm looking at it as you don't have any trust in your team, your organization, rebuilding the brand. You just said, oh, our main player is gone. Let's cut everything. So for me, it's kind of like, well, what was the point of owning the team in the first place? In respect to what's her name again? That still has
Jeannie
her
Buss.
Jeannie Buss.
Jeannie Buss. Yes. Keeping her. I mean, she may not be able to say a lot or have a final say, but I think respect to her for not just selling everything out. Another question I have is why did everyone else sell out so fast? And what's the end result here? Like, what is the purpose of selling this team and selling it so quickly? Bob Iger, I'm sorry, but I see a Disney NBA deal coming out of this. And let's just say that's not going to end well, and that's going to drive prices up like it just did with the NFL Pass and YouTube and all these subscriptions, which I think in the long run is going to hurt sports overall because now you're just paying for a pass here to watch these games, and fans are like, well, I'm going to be done with this because I'm paying basically over $3,000 just for passes alone when that's probably rent money or bill money, and then that causes a lot of ticket sales to go down. So it's like there's a ripple effect of you sell this team, okay, now we're on a new representation. Who said Bob Iger had the knowledge and bandwidth to handle a sports team? Because I feel like Disney is completely different than a sports team. So I don't know. We'll see. That's my opinion.
Go ahead, Omar.
So let me just say this: this Kushner guy, he's the brother of Jared Kushner, who is married to Ivanka Trump, who is the 45th president's daughter. Right? This is probably a deeper. It's a deeper wave of investment. Right? There's some other things going on here, and I feel like Jeannie Buss is honestly probably like, no, I'm going out kicking and screaming, and you're not taking my shares away, right? I want to still have say so. This is a family business. We've been running it for, I think, 42 to 47 years, something like that. Not sure how many years, but these are our Lakers. This is our family business, and you're not going to come here and try to get me out the way. Like, so, like when the shares are sold, she'll still have some ownership, but just not enough say. She couldn't have any say so anymore, right?
Yeah.
Right. So they're trying to get her voice out of it. And again, I don't know if I agree or not. I think I want to agree with her because for them to put out information that she's, you know how the news works. Now they put out stuff that's not true, and everybody's saying she sold the shares, and then he said an hour later. She's like, ho. Let's get this together. So I think this is going to be even a deeper story than we know when it all gets said and done about whose hands are in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
And who's eating the cookies.
There you go.
We will see.
All right. So can I?
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, because now I was going to.
You wasn't going there
into that, but now since you say I'm now I'm gonna go there with you. So just look back at the World Cup. What happened with Team USA when what's his name got carded, and then next game we find out somebody in the higher ups basically got the card removed. So he was in the next game match.
Yes.
So now I'm wondering are we either gonna go after the players we want, break contracts or agreements with other teams? Because hey, somebody who should not be named, but will be named eventually, wanted to get the players that he wanted for the team. And then we get all these fouls, all these hard plays, I think, against Luka, right? Because Luka's still
a Laker. Yeah.
Lakers. Yep. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so now is this certain person going to be dibbling and dabbling every sense of every major league team? And then that brings to the other point of how much is too much?
Right.
How much is too much? And why are we making the game more than what it needs to be?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. So I want to read the statement by the family that came out before this letter from her, Jeannie Buss's attorney, came out. It says, quote, "We have decided as a family to sell the remaining Buss Family Trust shares to the Bob Iger Group as part of the ongoing transaction." The family said in a statement, "We love the Lakers fans, and will continue to support Los Angeles, but it is time to use this opportunity to move on and exit gracefully while we still can." So, again, more questions as to why this is happening. Again, I applaud Jeannie Buss for not going down without a fight. And again, we don't know all the details behind what's going on,
right?
But we do know this, and this is public news, so we're not spreading rumors. We do know that since the great Mr. Buss has passed away, there has been some strife between Jeannie Buss and her brothers concerning, the Lakers organization. So we're not speculating that. That's been news that's been out there. So that's not something that we were kind of like, ooh, guess what we heard, guys? Like that's out there, right? So all in all, news to be heard and be talked about. My thing is this: 12.5 billion ain't nothing to sneeze over.
Not
I'm
at
just
all.
saying, not at all. So, moving on from the LeBron James list era of Lakers to the LeBron James era of the Sixers. So, LeBron James signed with the Sixers appears to be getting out of hand in Philadelphia. And I say that without jokingly, like it actually has been talking about how things have just been like the Sixers sales are like out of control. Like most of the games are pretty much sold out. And it appears as though the 76ers have probably the easiest schedule in the NBA going into this season. Before I even get into that, I'm gonna let Omar kind of lead this segment off because this is his team, and he was like,
sure.
"Is LeBron gonna come here? We gonna welcome him with open arms."
Yes, let's
and all that.
I said it. I'm gonna say my take again. I said I want him to go home and maybe retire. I said I feel like he should be done unless he wants to come on to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That
so you go ahead and take that on, brother, and we'll respond to what you got to say.
So if you've been under a rock, LeBron has just signed a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option in 2027-28 season, and he's only going to make 3.9 this year. So what's that saying is he's coming here for the veteran minimum. Okay. He's coming to the Sixers. I guess his other teams he had a chance to go to or who was in the running, I guess, was Cleveland, the Heat, and people were saying the Knicks, but I don't believe he would have went to the Knicks because they already got their thing going. So he comes to Philadelphia, and there's some people mad at him, and there's a lot of people that are happy with him. So I don't know how he's going to fit with Joel Embiid and Jaylen Brown, but they're saying he came here because he could be a fifth option. He don't have to be the man, right? He can kind of just be a coach on the field or coach on the court. He's 41, going into his 24th season. I'm not sure what this does for his legacy, because even if he wins one, he's going to have. If he got 100 people applauding him, he's going to have 300 people saying he cherry picked this one, right? Mm-hmm. And again, I don't want to sound like I know I keep bringing up like conspiracy, man. I don't want to do that, but for you to sign for the league minimum, I think the story of this one's going to come out too a little later. We'll figure out some things with. I mean, it's too good to be true. And I'm gonna say this last piece. I think the NBA loved what happened with the Knicks last year. The Knicks were a team that hasn't won since the 70s. What was like 78 or something like that or whatever. It was so long ago. And I feel like they got a lot of eyes on those games. The ratings were through the roof. We talked about it every week or with the weeks we got on. And I think they're trying to duplicate it. They're trying to run it back with the next best team, which is who? The 76ers. They're trying to piggyback off of last year's excitement. Now we're gonna pick this other team who hasn't run in 40 years. What better way to do it? Let's get these guys LeBron, everybody. Embiid gets his first, LeBron gets his fifth, Jaylen Brown is the man, and we bring it back home to the 76ers. I'll take it. Even though it don't feel right. Some don't feel right, but I'll take it.
Oh man.
I'm not comfortable, but I'll take it.
Man, those are two dangerous things. It's something don't feel right.
It don't feel right.
But I'll take it. Okay.
But yeah, man. So
what you got, Denise?
So this goes back to my whole point of what we were just talking about before. why did LeBron really leave LA? And not just, oh, it's money, it's because I'm retirement. Oh, did he see things happening in the back office? Because I remember him
Good
saying,
point.
I believe in, I don't remember the document. It wasn't a document. Was it a documentary he did? Um, it was like years ago when he was talking about being in Akron and like his whole legacy. I can't remember the documentary's name.
Okay. Was it
Okay.
did it talk about him from high
I
school?
can't think of it now. Yeah, until now.
Okay. I forget what it's called. Something
It'll come back to me. But anyway,
I'll get it for you.
yeah. And I remember him talking about that he said he wasn't gonna just settle anywhere, and when he feels like he's not, he doesn't know what's going on in the front office or basically around the whole league, per se, or the team he's on, he doesn't like that basically. So that's where it comes to my first point of, did he know something was happening behind the scenes originally? Why he said, "Oh, let's get out of here," and if Bronny wasn't doing well too, then it's kind of like, well, I'm gonna leave my son and go do something else. Overall, I don't see this going to be the greatest, but I mean, they have a lot of talent with Tyrese Maxey, Edgecombe, Brown, and Embiid. But at the same time, I think they lost to the Knicks in the playoffs last year, so I don't see them at least getting to the final round this season. I think it's just going to be a time of development, and I think this is like the make it or break it moment for him. So if they're not picking it up this season, then LeBron might be saying, you know what, that's it. That's it. And there's only one basketball, and I don't know. I just don't see it happening. Going well.
All right. Well, let's talk about a few things. Well, we'll cover kind of what you both said first. So, Omar says something might be brewing, but it doesn't matter. He's willing to accept it. So, and according to him, that may be how the organization feels. It's kind of like, hey, like if he's willing to come and boost our market, hey, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Denise, a lot was said there. It is possible LeBron might have known what was going on in the background that he saw and didn't like. Yeah. At the same time, LeBron has been one to kind of channel where he wants to go next, right? And so I'm not saying that I'm not a fan of this, but I also know too that your pay grade has a lot to do with decision making. And when it comes to any NBA superstar, while they can take your opinions and your suggestions, you're not the one who gets to make the final decision. And when you're not making the $1 billion, I'm just saying. But with LeBron James, so I think that he completely changed the game on deciding where you want to go, right? And I think that people like Steph Curry would have that capability, especially when playing for a team as long as you have, right? Not too many guys will have that ability in today's game. Now we'll see what the future holds. But again, this could all be speculation as to why he decided to leave. But I think that things unfolding now, if you see LeBron James' history, this is not a knock on him. It's just if you look at his history, he tends to leave at the exact right time that he should. He left Cleveland. Now, I think, too, Cleveland, the first time is the exception. He left Cleveland, I strongly believe, because he was like, I'm not going to win here. I got to go somewhere else. He went to Miami. After being in the NBA Finals 4 times, you won 2, you lost 2. He decided, all right, it's time for me to move on somewhere else. He decides to go, back to Cleveland, right? Gets championship. Hey, I fulfilled my part of the deal. Where to next, right? He then decides to go to LA. He got a championship there. People decide to say it's an asterisk next to it because it happened in the bubble. You can say that, plain and simple. It's in the books. They won a championship, right? Didn't do too much after that, right? Now he's going to the Sixers. The Lakers news is coming out about them supposedly being sold, and Jeannie Buss not having control anymore, and blah, 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 blah. Now he's going to Philly. So we'll see how all this plays out. For me, I'll just be honest. I am not a LeBron James fan, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to knock the fact that LeBron James is one of the greatest NBA players to ever play the game. That's just hands down. You cannot take that away from him. All right. Whether you believe he's the greatest or he's not, he is one of the greatest NBA players to play the game. I will say this. I believe that LeBron James is the most athletic person to ever play in the NBA. I'm not going to dive into those weeds. We can dive into that another day. But I think he is the most athletic person to ever play in the NBA. With that said, there has been some debacle out there over the Sixers schedule. It's according to some sources out there that are credible. And if you actually look at the Sixers schedule, this will actually confirm what people are saying. It says that the Sixers now, as LeBron James has come on, and the schedule has now finally been done league-wise, per Adam Silver, because he was waiting for LeBron James to make a decision. He made that very clear at Fanatics, right? Or at the what was he called? At the I'm saying the wrong way. Fan Fest. Yeah. As a result of that, if you look at the Sixers schedule, you can see that the Sixers have the least amount of back-to-back games in their season. You can also see that the Sixers have the least amount of 3 games in 4 nights out of any team. And lastly, this is the one that really gets me. They don't play a Western Conference team until game 18. That's against the Portland Trailblazers in November. I'm going to let that sit right there for a moment.
They trying to run it back, man. They trying to run it back.
Now, here's my thing. Now, I'm going to pour some hot sauce on this thing for a minute, all right?
Yeah.
So, you're telling me you have the least back-to-backs, you have the least amount of 3 games in 4 nights, and you don't play a Western Conference team until game 18. LeBron James, up until game 18, at least, better play every game. He better play every game. You have no back-to-back, the least back-to-backs, and you have the least 3 games in 4 nights. Up until game 18, you should be playing every game. That's all I'm saying. Because now load management has been put in the schedule for you already. Least back-to-backs, least 3 games in 4 nights. I'm just saying. I know you got that league minimum, but you understand that wherever you go, that's where the market pushes. And now you done sold out Philadelphia Stadium. You better not sit out no games that first 17 games, brother. You done sold that place out. Don't you do that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Philadelphia, they love you hard.
Yeah, they do.
And when you decide you want to play games, they will throw you out with the bathwater.
And it don't matter who you are.
So I'm saying, listen, I may never in my life make LeBron James money. But if LeBron James wants to come to Philly and you want to be a Philadelphia 76er, and this is the deal that Adam Silver has given you in the Sixers, brother, you play every game up to game 17. And after that, you can decide what you want to do. But I suggest in the 81 game season, you play 73. At least 73.
Wow. At 41?
At least. So with this kind of schedule, the least back-to-backs and the least 3 games in 4 nights, 73 games.
That's not a problem.
I digressed.
I can't even say nothing, brother, because I'm on your side. And I do think that it's so. Let me ask you this question. Do you think that LeBron and Adam Silver are even at this point becoming like a cancer to the NBA? Messing up the integrity?
That's a huge question. Mm-hmm. I think, my personal opinion, because eventually LeBron's going to move on, yes. Right? He may decide to be an owner of a team. He's not going to coach. He'll own if he can. He won't coach. This is an Adam Silver thing.
Okay.
because, and again, I'm not knocking him in a huge way. Just my strong opinion is and you can do this until the cows come home. You always want to compare what happened in years prior up to years now. But one thing that I can say about Adam Silver taking over after David Stern, David Stern ran the NBA like a business to like, hey, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that. You came into my league, and I'm paying you to do a job. Now, Adam Silver's doing the same thing, and I get that times have changed. Here's the thing, though. When you start doing things that are geared towards one person and no one else is getting it, it starts setting up the trend for the future. Because when you start seeing players who feel entitled to something, because, hey, I'm the star of this team, I should get so-and-so. And let's be honest. I'm going to throw this little nugget in there. I'm going to let Denise go. I know she's chomping at the bit. I know she is.
No, you're good. It's just saying good things.
This is something that you have to look at this from a standpoint of, as a player, when you decide you're bigger than the league, that's when things become problematic. In the NBA, it's not the NFL, because the NFL they will chop you down quickly, right? NBA is a little different. But I'm going to tell you right now, this could end one way or the other for LeBron James being in Philadelphia. And Adam Silver moving forward, if this is the precedent he wants to set, you cannot renege when you've already set the standard for where you're going. You can, but that could backfire in a very bad way when it comes to your highly paid employees that keep your business running on a consistent basis. That's what I'll say. Go ahead, Denise.
Good take.
So my first point, and I made this back a while ago in some episodes, ever since Kobe passed away, the league has not been the same. And that's something I still stand on. I will stand on till forever.
I agree.
Competition-wise, negotiation-wise, respect-wise, team players jumping from team to team, not to chase a bag, but they think, oh, they want to be the name. And it's kind of like, yeah, you want to be the name, but it's like if you don't live up to it, it's just kind of like you're not it anymore. Also, second point, this is Philadelphia. Like, they say that about the Eagles. They say about the Flyers. Every time we get the easiest schedule, oh my gosh, you guys get the easiest schedule. That doesn't mean they can win, because the Eagles lost to the Giants and the Commanders last season, and that was a big slap in our face. So we're still hurt about that, but time moves on. But overall, I think Adam Silver is not. There was one point when I think he felt like, okay, I have the drive to do this, and then Kobe was there, so it's like they built around the legacy of Kobe and the longevity of Kobe. So then when Kobe died, it was almost like, so we don't have that anymore. So what do we do? And now it's kind of like, I don't think they trust in LeBron as much as they are showing, basically, because they don't think that anyone is going to live up to the standard of what Kobe left behind after his passing. So now it's just kind of like they're pushing it in a way to say LeBron is going to be great. LeBron's doing this, come to the Sixers. Yeah, he was waiting for him to make his announcement, but he probably knew what he wanted to do beforehand. But I just think it's ever since Kobe died, it's just not there anymore. And Adam Silver, he doesn't trust in the league like how he really used to trust in the league when Kobe was alive. Even when Jordan was playing, but he wasn't even a commissioner at the time. But but it's like that. I don't know if maybe I'm not making sense, but I just think once Kobe died, it was like everybody in the league was just out to get a bag. And it's kind of like now with the NIL deals even more now, it's kind of like, oh, I don't really have to be on the LeBron level. I don't really have to be on the Kobe level. So now you're seeing all these players jump from team to team, get into arguments, and it's kind of like, well, what's the point of this? And is LeBron's really not it anymore. I'm sorry, but he's not. And this is just his like, hey,
it's kind of like his farewell tour.
Yeah, his farewell tour. Like literally, like this is it. And Philly, just like they did AJ Brown when he left the Eagles.
Mm,
They will go right after him if he does not complete this season like how he was supposed to be.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say on this is that LeBron James is in Philadelphia. Philadelphia fans are different. They're just different. Like if you thought the LA fans were hard on you because of where that fan base comes from, you were in another world dealing with Philadelphia. I'm telling you. Like they Philadelphia does not play. Like you can be as big as you want to be. If Philadelphia feels as though you are not giving 100%,
That's it.
they will let you know.
That's it.
Their disgust with your performance or your attendance or whatever it is that they're disgusted with. So I hope that he understands that and that he decides that this quote unquote deal that Adam Silver has lovely placed on a silver platter for him and the Sixers team is like, all right, take advantage of it. Like and here's my thing too. I personally don't think they're going to win a title in 2 years. I don't. I think that the East, you got Miami, you got Giannis, right? You got the Knicks, who just came off a title, who they haven't changed much of anything there. You still have Boston, even though Boston, to me, is a question mark now that Jaylen Brown is gone. But who knows how that team's going to gel, or who they're going to draft, or who's going to come up and kind of take another stand, right? So you got Cleveland, even though Cleveland still has some question marks, but Cleveland's still formidable, right? I mean, you got 4 teams right there. Detroit. Another one.
Yeah.
You got Detroit. So you got some teams that can definitely take the Sixers, whether it's a 7-game series or it's a 4 games to 1. So like, who knows, right? The Sixers still have questions because, okay, how well is Embiid? We don't know, right? Jaylen Brown's going to come to play. Max is going to come and play. Hogan's going to come to play. LeBron's going to come to play when he plays. And like I said, with this schedule, he need to play. Plain and simple. You done sold out the season before it even started. You need to play. That's all I'm saying. Now listen, LeBron James makes millions of dollars. He's taking the league minimum, all that nature. He is about his legacy. I don't knock him for it, even though I may not agree with what he's doing. He's going for his legacy. With that being said, is there still a talk about the GOAT debate? Because I've been seeing a lot of talk out there this week based on the Sixers move and all this stuff about MJ and LeBron. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let y'all take it from there. I do not believe it's a conversation. I believe that LeBron James, he may have a place on Mount Rushmore. He may. But as far as that's concerned, and again, people are comparing him to Michael Jordan. And again, Michael Jordan, let's make one thing very clear. Doesn't have the most championships, right? But he's also undefeated in championships. He won MVP of all those championships. And there was a change of the guard in the game once he started getting to that era, right? You've got Bill Russell and Bob Cousy. Bill Russell's got 11, right? Bob Cousy, I believe, has 8, 9 championships, right? Yeah. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he's got 5 or 6, right? Yeah, he did. He lost some, but as far as I'm concerned, and anyone can check me on my NBA history. You can check me on that. Anyone who is considered to be a superstar in the NBA from the 60s up until now, and again, check me if I'm wrong on this, outside of maybe Bill Russell, and I believe Russell did lose 1 or 2, Jordan is undefeated in NBA titles. He has never lost. A series has never gone to a game 7. It's been 6 games or less.
An MVP in all of them.
An MVP in all of them. On top of that, this is my last thing because I don't want to get too far and I'm going to let you guys go. It has taken LeBron James twice as long to do what Jordan did in twice as less time. I'm going to let you guys take it from there.
And I'll go, Denise. Let me. Or you want to go?
Yes.
I'll go.
No, I just had a question.
Okay,
It was
go.
just Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you
It
go.
was
Give
just
it the question.
so okay, real quick. So who do you think should be the face of the league now? I think that's my point. Of who do you think should be the face of the NBA right now?
I'm going
Like
to
that's
say
currently
right
playing.
now,
You got it on the mic.
I would like to say Wemby, but I
You got it.
don't think he's ready yet. I
Yep.
think that
Yeah.
he is
Okay.
fast approaching it,
Yep.
but not yet.
Right.
So I would kind of say, hey, Wemby's
Okay.
on the way. I would have to say the face of the league right now, I would have to say, is Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
And that's just because look at the body of work, and he looks like a 80s 90s gritty player. He doesn't
Yeah.
complain much. He plays the game, and what's happened to his career as far as being in Dallas and then in New York, like that wasn't his decision to make. That he got traded, right? But it's
Right.
like, you know, right now, because right now there's no definite person. Everybody thought it was Ant Edwards, didn't pan out.
He
And,
didn't want to do
and
it.
honestly, Ant Edwards, he doesn't want it.
He don't want it.
To
No.
be honest, right? Then you had
John Morant.
John Morant. That we know how that happened, right? Then you had possibly who was it? Donovan Mitchell, but that
Yeah.
kind of never came to fruition, right?
Right.
He just can't get over the hump with going to the playoffs, right? And so then you have this toss up. Now, of course, Steph Curry had his moment, right? He had his moment. He was facing the league, like when he coming up and then Golden State was winning those championships.
Right.
He was the face of the league at that time, right? Right. LeBron James has always been the golden child, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't take that away from him, right? Now I'm like, there's no clear cut person, but when you look at Wemby, it's kind of like when Wemby really starts to get himself together, who's going to really be able to stop him? Right. And if he stays with San Antonio, say for 15 years or so or more, like that's that tenure he has. But I think he's definitely on the way. But right now, I would say Jalen Brunson, just based off of what we've seen from this year from the New York Knicks and him putting that team on his back and doing it the way he did it. That's what I say.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, I kind of agree. I think Wemby's not ready to be it, but they want him to be it now. Because I think when you're the superstar and the face of the league, there's got to be a level of flair that you have. And I feel like Jalen Brunson is too old school. You can't really sell him, right? And because it's a business, they want somebody that they can put on commercials, that the kids want to wear their jersey, So Jalen Brunson's too much of a throwback player to become the face. Now he's the face by default because he's the man right now. I think he's the man right now. I think he's an older guy's dream if you like the game. So
right.
I like Jalen. I like him, but as far as the face goes, I think Wemby he's probably they're going to hand it. They're going to give it to him. The way this NBA is working, he's not even going to have to earn it. They're going to hand him over. They're going to say, "Here, the league is yours. We'll get you to the championship again." I hate to say it that way, but that's how this thing goes. And you'll be playing the Sixers, right? But back to the GOAT conversation. This decision to go to the Sixers, I think almost sealed the deal and put Jordan. You can't even talk about it no more. I think this decision just single-handedly said Jordan is the GOAT. Jordan is the greatest, and there's no more talk about it. You can't take away what the man has done for the league because right. Jordan took the league to so you had Magic and Bird.
Mm-hmm.
They brought dollars in, took the league to a place. Jordan came, perfect time. He brought billions of dollars in, took the league to a place.
Mm-hmm.
Now the difference between this guy and Jordan, or I'm gonna say this, LeBron and Jordan, right? LeBron brought trillions of dollars in, right? But it's like everything has been given to, it's almost like it's orchestrated. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm.
I think it was lost you, if you're still talking. So let me get you back. We'll get you back on. But no, I believe that it's been orchestrated. I mean, let's be
Yeah.
honest. They also handed Jordan the league as too, right? So every business has its cash cow, right? So I think
Exactly.
it's um it's not wrong of a business to find a cash cow that can continue to bring in money, right? Like you're a business. Your job is to generate funds to continue to do business,
One's right.
especially when you're providing a service or need to a large amount of people, right? And so I think
Right.
that's the case with here. Like with Magic and Bird, like that stemmed from college, and it trickled into the NBA, and the NBA jumped on it and said, "All right, let's ride this rivalry right here." And what happened was
Right. Right.
the Lakers and the Celtics, they had the best two players in the game outside of Julius Irving at that time, who was kind of on his way out, right? And the NBA rode that, and those two willed their teams to winning. And that's what happened. Yeah, were things handed to them? Probably. But you
Probably.
also
Yeah.
have to say, like, it was great TV, and it's like they were trying to win. It wasn't like, oh, I want to make more money. Yes, I do. But at that time, it's like, hey, like, I want to win a championship. Like, that's the ultimate goal. Jordan, then the keys were handed to him, and he took it to another level. Kobe was the second coming of Jordan. They handed the keys to him. Steph Curry, he had his chance. Then LeBron, then just kind of skyrocketed. And so right now, I think with Omar saying, that Wemby is on the way, right? I honestly believe that he's
Right.
on the way. I think, to be honest, I believe that Giannis is going to have it first, because you said something about being marketable and being having a little, flair to you. I've been noticing that since Giannis has signed with Miami, he's been in commercials, he's been in promotions. And I'm kind of like, I think they're trying to ride this last wave with him, because he's kind of like that last of the Mohicans of like that Kobe era, right? And since he got
Mm.
hurt, he kind of had to step back from the picture a little bit. Now he's in Miami. He's in a very hot ticket market that's not Milwaukee. So now he's more marketable. Yeah, he speaks French, and his dialect's a little strong. But when you're winning and you're in a marketable city, honestly, let's be honest, who cares? Right? Who cares?
Bringing the
So
money. Yeah. Revenue.
exactly. So I think they may ride the Giannis wave first before the Wemby one. That's just my opinion, because I have never seen Giannis in this many commercials ever in his career, ever. So, anything else on the GOAT debate? Anything you want to add in there, Denise?
No, that was just my question. Yeah. No.
Gotcha. Yeah, and again, if you were to ask Jordan, Jordan would say, "Hey, look, you can pick a GOAT from each era." Like Jordan, he said, "I've never put myself in a conversation." He's also said, "Look, Bill Russell has 11 championships. I have 6. If we're going off championships, I'm not even considered to be the GOAT. So what are we going off of? Is it how you change the game? Is it how many championships you won? How many MVPs you won? Like, what is it?"
I think it's
Now,
both.
does Jordan think in the back of his head he's a GOAT? Absolutely he does. Absolutely he does. But he's not going to
Right.
come out and say that. And the difference is, I'm getting in the argument again, when you deem yourself to be the greatest
The king.
to ever do it, that becomes problematic right there in itself. Let others esteem you higher than you ought to be, not you yourself. And when that happens, when you are a leader or the leader and people follow you, that's the trend you start to set for those coming behind you. Oh, I should be next in line. I'm the greatest at doing this. And again, I'm not harping on LeBron James and saying he's doing things wrong or bad. I'm making the point that in this quote unquote GOAT debate, I don't believe that that goes to LeBron James. I believe that goes to Michael Jordan. It could also go to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? The number of guys that could have that GOAT conversation. Overall, my statement earlier, LeBron James is the greatest athlete to play in the NBA, in my opinion. The greatest athlete, right? Greatest player, I think you can kind of go in one direction or the other, where you're talking about Abdul Jabbar, MJ, Bill Russ. I don't know. I mean, take your pick, right? Most are going to say Michael Jordan. I wouldn't say they're wrong, but I can't say straight faced it is LeBron James. I just can't. Just me. So, anything else on this? On the Lakers, LeBron, GOAT debate, yada yada yada. Are we good?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Where are we going next? Let me see. I lost my place here. There we go. Let's go to college real quick, and then we'll go to that back to NFL for the miscellaneous one here too. Real quick, college. Ole Miss is suing players who transferred to LSU for not fulfilling their financial obligations. Now, I told y'all before that I am not for this whole NIL thing. And I said eventually things are going to start popping off because this is just not the best idea. It's not the worst, definitely not the best. And it says here in this article, it says University of Mississippi is suing two former football players who transferred to LSU, alleging they failed to compensate the school for their departure as required by revenue sharing agreements they had signed in early January. The lawsuits were filed against edge rusher Prince Will Umanium, I can't say his last name, and offensive lineman Devin Harper. Ole Miss seeks $550,000 from the running back and $400,000 from the offensive lineman, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit stems in part from former Ole Miss coach Lane Kiffin's high-profile departure for LSU, which happened about a few months ago during that college football playoffs, right? Right? And so he's going down and giving some information about why this happened. There's a quote here. It says, from the school, in return, the university expects the same commitment from its student athletes and their representatives in upholding their contracts, end quote, from the school. The University of Mississippi has the responsibility to enforce its contractual terms, and this position is consistent with the actions of other institutions in the current landscape of collegiate athletics. The university attempted to amicably resolve this matter prior to filing this. I'm not going to read any more of that, but this is one of the reasons why I said that this NIL stuff was not a good idea. Because now college universities want to sue players who are playing for their teams who decide to transfer somewhere else because now you're saying they did not fulfill their financial obligation. I'm not going to say much on this. All I'm going to say is this is one of the reasons why we shouldn't have gone to paying college players. Anything you guys want to say on this?
I just like some doors are meant to stay closed, and when you open them, you can't unclose them. And this NIL deal has opened up a door that I don't even think you can't close it, or unless they say you can't put the lid back on this box. And now colleges are going to have to come up with some kind of. They're going to just have to change something with the contracts because there's a loophole apparently for them guys to be able to leave. Who's to say what is the financial obligation? Like, what is that? If I sit the bench the whole year, I'm on the team. Like, what do I have to do? You know what I mean? So, like, what are they saying? They didn't play, or you know what I mean? Like, what, he can get 100 yards a game? Like, what is the standard? So, since there is none, they up and left. We got paid. See you when I see.
Yeah.
So,
anything to this?
Yeah, I was just say same thing. I mean, this is not surprising at all. Because I even look at right now, Jordan Seaton, he was one of the top, I think, offensive tackles and he went to Colorado, and literally now he's at LSU. So it's kind
Right.
of like if I'm if I've okay, if I've never had this amount of money before, and this is like the easiest and fastest way I can get the money, and you're telling
Mm.
me, oh, I can go to another team and I can find a loophole through my contract. It's like this whole NIL thing should have never happened in the first place, or if it was, or if it had when it happened, it should have been structured where, like, I think I said this with the Teddy Bridgewater scandal because I think we talked about that where he was paying for the athletes and stuff.
Yeah.
There should have been an account for them. Hey, you have this amount of money, X amount of time to spend this. You're not getting it all at once, like you're an NFL player, and how you spend it is how you spend it, but you only have this amount of money. And I can't fault anybody. $550,000. I mean, that's a house probably in Malibu somewhere. So, do they really
Yeah.
need the money that bad when the football season is about to start? So, that's all.
I would say no, but I think the business of NIL has taken
Hmm.
over college sports, and it's now like,
Yeah.
okay, well, you're getting paid now, and that's money that we paid you to do X, Y, Z. You owe us. So it's the business of it now. It's a shame, but it's the way it is. So anyway, just wanted to kind of mention that. We talk about NIL out here, so just wanted to mention that real quick. Really quick, going back to NFL before we go on to our last two things, which is MLB and miscellaneous stuff. Uh, Deion Sanders, primetime, visited the Browns facility the other week, and my thoughts on this, really quick, are number one, it's Deion Sanders. It's not just some father coming to watch his son practice at an NFL training camp, right? Number two, he's not in the stands, he's on the field. Number three, are you there just as a father, or are you there as the Colorado coach? What say ye about all these things?
Real quick, explain
There you go.
what's the difference. I get the father part, but if
Mm-hmm.
he's there as the coach,
Well,
what
are you violating any NCAA
insinuating?
rules?
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
That's what kind of where I'm going with that. So
okay,
as a
okay.
father, I have no problem with it. But the issue that I have is that you're not in the stands looking, you're on the football field.
Right,
You're walking around. Now I get it. If you want to talk to the team and be some sort of motivation guy, you're Deion Sanders, great. Let's do that in the locker room or when practice is over. You're on the field while practice is happening.
right.
Like that's a bit of a problem if you ask me, because we already know what's going down.
Uh huh.
Now, I'm gonna say this last because I know that I'm gonna get all my stuff out now. I am not going to knock Deion Sanders as a father to his son. I would never do that. What I will say is this: Shador, how old is Shador? Is he 21 yet?
Got to be right.
It's 24,
Yeah, he's
if I
Okay,
not that
remember
young
correctly.
anymore. Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah, the years are kind of going by now, so I can't remember how old he is. All right, so it comes a point in a man's life or woman is that you are now an adult and you are now living in the adult world. And at some point in time, you're going to have to face these situations on your own. I can give you advice, but I'm not going to show up and come tell your boss what needs to happen when it comes to my son. You are an adult now. And now you got to make some adult decisions and do some adult things. Now, again, I'm not knocking Dion for him being a father and a parent. But is that going to happen to somebody else whose son's not being treated as they think they should? I'm just saying. Put some content out there. What do you guys have to say about that?
All right.
There
My
you go.
first point, I think Dion knows his time at Colorado is slowly coming to an end
Mm,
because he hasn't had the season like he talked up from when he was Jackson when he was leaving Jackson State to when it officially was announced, oh, that he's coming to Colorado. I think he knows that somewhere within maybe in the next, say, maybe 3 years max, that his time at Colorado is coming to an end. So it's
mm,
like right now, why not get anywhere I could fit in? Why not see how my son is doing? Do what I need to do, see what's going on in the front office, back office, get the details of what's going on. My second point, this is why I think Shador is not playing to his full potential and he's not as confident as he appears to be. Because ever since he was at Jackson State, even when he was a little boy in Pee Wee football, because he had the show with his ex-wife at the time, and I would watch it, and he was literally their coach too. And it's kind of like your dad's in your face pretty much your whole life, coaching you, telling you what to do. And now you're in the college world, and your dad is still in your face. Oh, talking up my son. You didn't even like have him like I guess apply for the not apply but start for the position. You just told everybody, oh, Shador's your new quarterback without probably not even okay. Here's practices. What we're gonna do. Let me show what my son is capable of doing. You just told everybody, oh, Shador is the starting quarterback, and now it comes to professional, and it's kind of like he's being a hindrance to Shador. And I feel like Shador has so much potential in him, but it's like his father is just there, and he doesn't have to be physically there, but his father is there, and he knows. He's almost scared. Let's say that Shador is scared, and he knows like he talks a good game, but at the same time, he's not pushing the game. He knows I'm being watched 24/7 because I know there's someone watch me play and tell me what to do, and that's my dad. I mean, I'm not knocking him as a great father, yes, because you both are fathers, and you want the best for your kids. But at the same
Exactly.
time, it's like you have to let them launch out and do their own thing. And it's kind of like now you're on my dad, you're on my like talk to my actual coach, and I'm a professional getting paid to do what I do. That's where I kind of like take him behind the scenes and be like, look, pops,
Let me
stay
go.
here and then leave this alone. But
Yeah.
his time at Colorado is coming to an end.
Hmm. What you got? Oh,
I'm gonna say this, man. Being a dad, I think Dion is kind of stuck in this no man's land between father, Hall of Fame NFL player, and a coach with, and a college coach, D1 college coach that could potentially coach his son in the NFL. Like he has an opportunity to do so, right? If an owner gives him a chance, right? So I think he's juggling all these hats. And just like I said, me being a father, I will say this. If I was prime time and my son was Shador and he was on a professional team, me knowing the politics of the NFL, me being prime time, so I got a little weight I can carry. I
right,
carry
right.
weight. I got access. I can talk to the people behind the scenes. I can talk to the decision makers. And I'm a father. I think you're gonna see me on the sidelines too. It's just it's hard not to do
Yeah,
it when you feel like, because I think deep in their heart they don't feel like Shador's getting a fair shake.
Mm,
That's up to, I mean, that's their thing. I don't know for sure if that's the
right.
case, right?
yeah,
But Deshaun Watson is starting, huh? Like
yeah.
Deshaun Watson. I mean, why is he even getting a
Yeah,
chance
for
again? But
the
I guess they're in a bad contract with him, so he got to kind of. They're paying him a lot of money, so he kind
He's
of got to
getting a
get
lot of
some
money.
right. So
Exactly.
again, back to the business part of it, right? So
Exactly.
to Dion's point, I see it. I do think he needs to let Shador flap his wings, get a little, earn a job without you putting your 2 cents in it. But again, it would be hard for me too if I was all those things I named. I'm a D1 coach with a potential to coach pro. I have a
Mm,
son in the league. I'm a Hall of Fame. Nobody's better than me ever. I
mm,
mean, Dion might be top 3 NFL players of all time, right?
yeah.
I mean, debatable, right?
Debatable.
Yeah, I'm putting my cowboy hat on too. I gotta go
I,
down there. I just gotta see what's going on. I gotta
right.
talk to you. I just, what's going on, coach?
I will say this. I'm gonna give Dion like the benefit of the doubt, and it's not me saying it because it's Dion, but I'm gonna say this. It's the Cleveland Browns,
Okay.
and you kind of see, oh, for decades, it has not been a great organization at all. And all the points that Omar made as far as, hey, he's not being given a fair shot, fair chance, I get it. The other side of that too is that, again, in life, like, everything is not going to be handed to you. Everything's not going to be fair. And that goes for any business, whether we're not matter what the niche is. It's like things aren't going to always go your way or the way you want. But I think that also builds character as well, of learning how to deal with how the real world is. Right. My son is 16 years old. He's going to be a junior in high school this year. And as a father, as a man, I'm like, okay, what have I not taught him yet? Or what should I be teaching him now to prepare him for when he's 18 and graduate high school? He's prepared for the next phase of life, whether it's college or some vocational school or whatever. Or he decides to just get a job, and like whatever the decision is, like, is he prepared to do that? To kind of be on his own, or establish himself to be on his own, right? And so I get where Dion's coming from as a father. I just also think too that there comes a time and place where you got to step back and say, all right, son or daughter, like, I've taught you all that I can, and now you got to go, as you said, Omar, you got to go flap your wings and fly and do the best you can. And I can give you advice from over here and whisper in your ear. I'm like, but I can't come save you, or I can't come and turn the wind in your favor. Now, I will say this: if there's something happening that's way out of line, whole different story. And we don't know that that's happening or not. But, and our opinions are our opinions, right? Overall, as a father, man, be a father. Be there for him, whatever he needs, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, you have to also know when to start, like, backing off some. And listen, I don't have an adult son yet, but I also know what my father taught me and how he kind of eventually, all right, son, it's on you. Like, I'm here to give you advice. He's like, but I can't live your life for you, and I can't fight those battles for you anymore, right? So, again, not us knocking Dion at all as a father, but, and Omar made some great points. If you were a Hall of Famer and you were a D1 coach and you like, my son is playing here, it's kind of like, look, I may have to go over here and swing my weight around a little bit.
I have to.
Some things happen.
You
know what I mean? So I get it. I can't say it's completely wrong, and I can't say it's completely right. That's all. I'll say that.
Can I add one last point?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I think you want to go, Denise, or me?
No, go ahead. I'll go after you.
I just say this, man. I think too, with family businesses, I think this happens a lot. Let's take football away. If your family is in banking or your family's in real estate, we just talked about Kushner. They have a whole family of real estate people, investors. I think when family business is involved, the grandpa, dad, and they are vouching. They may be doing a little bit of nepotism. They don't care about nothing we say.
Exactly.
I need to make sure this family business stays intact for another 100 years. Right. Now, the Sanders name, they have a family business of football.
Yep.
And I think he's trying to keep this business going. And I got a son in the league because this is his only shot. Yep. No more. There's nobody coming unless you got a grandkid coming in 20 years, and Dion will be 90. Right. So I don't know. Yeah, it's not wrong, but it's not right.
Right.
Not all the way. But
right.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead, Denise.
You got Denise. Yep.
I would say he does have a grandson. His oldest daughter has a kid.
Okay.
And so like if you watch, they have like a behind the scenes show that they do on YouTube. And like you can see when they're like training him. I mean, he's like I think 3. So he's not like, oh my gosh. But you can see like they're basically trying to train him
to get him
from
there.
now to get him there.
Yep.
But I think also the point you made, TK, when basically it's just like I think about it in this way. Yes, it's a family business and everything, but if you think about when this whole draft was happening and people wanted to prove a point with Dion, Like,
Mhm.
oh, my son is gonna go first in that draft. My son is gonna
Yeah.
do this and that. And it's kind of like, yeah, you want to, you as a father, parent, auntie, whatever, you want to talk up your child, whether biologically or not, in a good way. But at the same time, it's like, how much is too much? That's how I feel
Mhm.
about this whole situation. Is how much is too much, and that's it.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
Mhm.
Overall, hey, Deion Sanders, great father. Great father.
Great father,
Listen,
great father.
let's just be honest. Great father.
Great
Great
father.
father.
Yeah,
Yes,
great
sir.
father. Yeah.
So, we all have our opinions, and our opinions may not be right, but we do have them, right? And I think others have those same opinions too. And just and when it's all said and done, we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out, right? So, all right, real quick, running out of time. Let's do MLB. We'll come to our miscellaneous list the next time, but let's do MLB. Denise, this is yours. So, what we got for MLB?
All right. So in the MLB right now, as of today, it has been a lot of contenders, surprises. My Yankees are doing very well right now. Sorry to you Red Sox fans because I met some this over the weekend.
Mm.
Yankees are up with 69 wins for the East, but the Tampa Bay Rays are trumping them with 74 wins. The Boston Red Sox are under them right now with 66 wins. For the Central, we have the Chicago White Sox with 65, the Detroit Tigers with 60 wins, and the Minnesota Twins with 60. And leading out in the West, the Houston Astros with 63 wins. Um,
She said the
Texas Rangers
cheating
falling behind them with
Astros.
61. So still there, but a lot of wins going on. The Dodgers, I think, since they won the series last season, they've actually been struggling a lot. So a lot of eyes have been on them, but we'll see how their season goes. They've lost 11 of their last 16 games, and if
Hmm.
you know baseball, that's like 7 to 24 in a football game because
Yeah.
that's a lot. So we'll see how that goes for them. Otani, he remains a favorite, but I think he is not living up to his potential until when he has to do it. And I think
Mm.
it's like LeBron. Like he knows he's the face of this team, but his potential is basically like, okay, I'm gonna do it. But then it's like when I have people all eyes on me, it's kind of like, no, I'm not. Basically, almost
Mm.
flaking. I want to say, but we'll see
Mm.
how that goes for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Um, the playoffs right now, closest. I'm gonna probably in the playoffs. I'm gonna say not only the Yankees, but also LA, also Atlanta, and also Milwaukee. Tampa Bay is also a team that I'll be watching as well. And you never know, the good old Philadelphia Phillies, they might come back too. So we'll see. But that's it for MLB news. Just a wrap up of MLB.
Cool. Cool. I will say this: the Dodgers had a similar season last year where they were losing games,
Mm.
and the next thing you know, boom,
Right.
they champions. So I'm not concerned about the Dodgers. The question is though, like, how long is this trend gonna happen? Because eventually they bounce back, and then they just started coming back, and they're just spanking people.
Right.
So it's a matter of can now you don't want to beat that team that always has this happen to you, but it's happened before, and we saw them. So it's like, all right, we're not concerned yet, but they get into the playoffs and that happens, and they're down in the series 3 games to 2. Are we thinking that it's going to be over? It's like, hey, has the season caught up to you where you kind of had this trend and it caught up to you, right? So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see what happens. So, all right. Well, we ran out of time today because we had a lot to talk about, and that's all good. Sometimes that happens. But you guys can join us again. We'll be doing September, sometime after Labor Day. NFL season will be kind of starting. So we'll catch you guys then. Don't forget you can not just like, but subscribe to the Todcast Sports YouTube channel. Tell your friends about us. Join us. We talk about sports from the fans' perspective. We are not sports journalists or beat writers, but we do watch sports. We know sports. We've played sports ourselves, high school, college, things of that nature. And, the eye test has a lot. So I said before, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, more than likely it's a duck. We don't, there's things we don't dive into. We don't dive into a lot of rumor or controversy. We may talk about stories that are out there, give our opinions. At the same time, we don't really know what's going on. We're not insiders, right? But again, there are some things that the eye test, when it comes to the sports field, the sports court, it just tells you. The eye test says what it is. Other things that happen, it's really about us saying, hey, what's our opinion? And we could be wrong, but everyone has an opinion. And I guess people say, well, you got a microphone and you got an opinion. But we also don't want to disrespect people as well, right? Just like we said with Dion, great father. We may not agree with what he did and how he did it, but it has nothing to do about him not being a good father or a great father. That he is. And so we're always going to praise people for what they do on that personal level. Business decisions, we've all made a wrong or bad business decision, whether it was on our job, or even in a family thing that cost the family, something, right? And so none of us are perfect, but it's a sports world, and there's a lot we talked about, and we talk about them here on Todcast Sports. So again, for all you joining us, thanks so much. Appreciate you. You can catch the replay on our channel. If you're catching the live, you can always catch the live here every Monday or Tuesday. We're going like monthly right now. And if we decide to go like twice a month, we'll let you guys know. Right now, we're going to go sometime after Labor Day. So subscribe so you know when the next time we're going live is. And if you can't catch us live, catch the replays afterwards. Thanks so much. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your week. And we will catch you guys in the month of September when we convene. Until then, holla at your boy and your girl.